I'm Maddie Lawler, and I'm a junior from Edina, Minnesota. I'm a political science major. I chose Williams because I thought the team offered really the ideal combination of academics and athletics. For me, it was so important to be able to continue running at the collegiate level, and then also just to go to such a great school in such a beautiful location. One of my favorite parts of being on the team is just like all of the rituals we have sort of around practice. Like we go to dinner, together as a team every day after practice, and that's something that I really look forward to. Arguably the best part of my day, and it's a great group of people both on the men's side and the women's side, so I'm just really happy to be a part of the team. I was remote last fall, so it was really exciting to come back and be with the team. I really missed that. I loved being in Minnesota, did a lot of running, but it was really nice to not have to run by myself when I came back here. I love being able to run here. I think the Berkshires is one of the most beautiful places to run. Like, I am out on long runs sometimes and I'm like, I just have to take a moment to take it all in. It is a little hilly, but arguably, I can't think of a better place to run. My biggest pre-race ritual is probably taking a shower and braiding my hair. Kind of small things, but just things that really comfort me and something that gets me ready to go. Like when I have my hair up, it's go time. My favorite class at Williams has definitely been Russian. I just started taking it as a freshman for no particular reason, and it's something that I've continued into junior year, and something that I find super rewarding and maybe a little off the beaten path, but certainly to me an essential part of the liberal arts education. I'm looking forward to hopefully doing some chem research on campus this summer. And yeah, after that I'm not sure what my future plans are, but I'm very excited to delve into the sciences a little bit more, sort of taking bio and chem a little late. I'm super excited for nationals. We leave tomorrow, and I've never been, and a lot of girls on the team haven't been either, and I think it's a really great opportunity for us to all get to know each other really well and get back into that team mindset, because we haven't had, we didn't have a cross-country season last year, and racing as a team is something that I really love and something that I've been looking forward to, and I think we've done a great job of it all season, but nationals is time to do it on the big stage.
I'm Tapscott. I'm a senior. I'm majoring in English and American Studies. I'm on the cross-country and track teams, and I'm from Wilton, Connecticut. I think I chose Williams because I realized pretty towards the end of the process that it was actually just had a lot of things that were really perfect for me. I really love the location and just how it's kind of in the middle of nowhere, but also really pretty. They're beautiful places to run, and all the trails, and just I love Mountain Day and how everyone's really into being in the outdoors. And I also really like the strong academics and how people really care about their studies, and everyone has such cool things that they're passionate about, and the small class sizes. And it was also really cool that I got to run. Yeah, so just a cool combo. So I walked onto the team my freshman year, and I was pretty unsure if I was going to run. I was just sure, it was kind of a spontaneous decision. But I just really loved the community. Everyone was just super supportive. And I remember being really kind of shook, and it was pretty new to me, how much everybody cared about running and how passionate everybody was about this one thing. I had never done track in high school, so it was kind of crazy to me that people would run year round. But yeah, the team was just so supportive, and just such a wonderful social network to have coming in as a freshman in this pretty big, overwhelming school. Yeah, so it was just really amazing, supportive community. And then my sophomore year, I started doing track as well, and it's just been really cool to have different leaders, I guess, throughout my time at Williams, and then just people who have really been vulnerable about their own experiences and their own improvement in Williams cross country and track has been really helpful in me kind of growing into, I guess, this role as like a captain now and as a senior. Yeah, and it's just always been like a really supportive team. I think like a really big part of Williams cross country has been like appreciating and like supporting, I mean, really like including people like of all different kind of speeds and experience levels. And it's really cool to see like the way that like people who like you might least expect could like really grow and also just like contribute like really amazing things to the team, like besides from speed sometimes too. Yeah, it's just really nice to like really feel supported, and something that like the seniors and captains that we're really trying to focus on this year too is just like really creating a community like where we all feel like really seen and heard and like valued for who we are. And that can sometimes be hard like at like a really busy place like Williams, and like running is only one aspect of our lives, but it can be like a really cool, I guess, avenue like for like vulnerability and like self-growth, and also learning how to like work with others and like support other people's growth at the same time as like your own growth, and like kind of, yeah, cheering people on and like working in packs. So that's been like really, I think, really integral like part of my experience in just like working with the community at Williams. Just like learning how to be in community with other people and also like, you know, shine your own light and like grow as a person and as a runner. One of my favorite memories with the team is we had this really crazy long run a couple years ago. We drove to like one of our assistant coaches, his house, so it was like a little farther away, and it was just crazy hilly, and just like it had rained the day before or something, so like on the way down it was super bumpy and kind of treacherous, and I feel like I was gonna fall on my face, but it was just like really exhilarating, and I think it's just like a really cool time to like work together with people, and I had no idea what I was getting into, but like afterwards I was just like so like kind of exhilarated, and just nice to be like share that experience like with your teammates, and it's like such an interesting combination too, and like way of having fun. I think of it was so hard and like awful at the time, but also like so like, yeah, fulfilling and just like amazing to be together, and like we just get so much out of it. So it was just really cool too, even though we had like come in like having no idea what it was going to be like, kind of be surprised and be able to get through it and have a lot of fun doing it too. I think NESCACs my sophomore year was like a really exciting race for me. I was only the top 15 get to race, and I was 18th or like 19th on the team. So, and then unfortunately a lot of my teammates got injured, so I actually ended up racing. I was like the third alternate, so was not at all expecting to race. So the day before I found out I was racing, I ended up like moving up a lot throughout the race too, and like placing 12th, which was really exciting. It was just really cool. I think I really like wanted to like do the best I could for my teammates, because I know like a lot of people would have wanted to like be in that position too. And I think it just was a really nice time to like feel supported by everybody, and also just kind of exemplifies like a really cool lesson which I've learned from cross country, just like being able to surprise yourself and like exceed your own expectations. It's been like a really cool thing to see, and even when you like think you're reaching your limits, like even going beyond that. So that was just really exciting, and also just like such an amazing team day. It was amazing to see how everyone did, and we like won the NESCACs. It was just really exciting and awesome team energy. It's one of my favorite days. Yeah. One club that I'm involved in on campus is called Williams Empower Through Health. We started this club 2 years ago. A couple of my friends and I at Williams, we did this internship over the summer with this nonprofit organization that like works to empower and like give support to a lot of the like world's like most vulnerable populations. And we started a chapter at Williams the year after, so that was last year during COVID. And our chapter like really focuses on mental health, and I think is like a really important topic just like worldwide and also at Williams in particular. So we've been able to like host a couple like 5Ks and just like other kind of fundraising events to raise money for our like starting a inpatient like mental health clinic in our like catchment area, but also do some really like important work on campus to like spread awareness about mental health and partner with other really cool organizations like Peer Health to just like support students being able to be open about their mental health and just like have spark conversations and dialogue about mental health, and also here and also like worldwide, and like what our responsibilities might be to like larger issues of mental health and mental health equity more broadly. I also am involved in like FemCo, which is a really cool organization. Really does a lot of like awesome feminist initiatives on campus. My friend Alex and I also have been putting together some initiatives around like zine making, which is like these little like book thingamabobs that you can make, like little artwork around like feminism or people like expressing like things about sexuality or things like that. It's just like a really cool platform, I think, for students to like share their voices, and we really especially want to like center marginalized voices and voices that like aren't usually at the center of those dialogues. So that's been like really cool space to hold like really transformative and important conversations on campus as well. So last summer I had an internship actually like with a Williams alum, and she also went to my boarding school, so that was really cool. She's the co-founder of this organization called the Mindful Applicant, and I worked as like a writing mentor and like a startup marketing intern. It was really awesome. I got to like work with high school students to like brainstorm for their college essays and just like self-reflect and kind of reflect on their purpose, and that was like really cool. And she was just like an amazing mentor. It's been really helpful like as I look towards options after college, like hoping to do something with students and just kind of incorporate those like values of the mindful applicant of like self-discovery and social emotional learning. Her mentorship was really important. So I'm writing a thesis. It's in American Studies with like an English focus as well because I'm a double major. My advisor is Professor Wong, and she's been like super helpful, and it was inspired by her book actually. So she wrote a book called like Thinking Its Presence, which is about like thinking about Asian American poetry, and in particular she explores like how white authors versus like women of color authors, like there are different expectations for like what kind of things they write and like how they express emotion in poetry. So I'm like looking at these Asian American poets, like pretty contemporary Asian American like women poets, and kind of examining like how they express emotion and how in their poetry and like how there are these expectations that are different for like women of color authors versus for white authors, and how these poets like in their poetry kind of counter like hegemonic narratives and like these really like insidious and like violent like white supremacist expectations for like what they should be and how they should express themselves. I think cross country has some like really awesome like quirky and kind of unique traditions. And at the end of the year, like in the spring, like around exam time, so like after the season is over, we'll all like get together and we have this thing called treasure hunt, where the seniors like are all stationed throughout campus, and it's often like they're quite far throughout campus, so it ends up being like a real hike. They're like the rest of the team is like broken up into smaller teams. We all like run around to different stations, and yeah, it ends up being like kind of a lot of running, but it's just really fun time to like be together and just like be in crazy costumes, and the rest on campus is just like super confused because we're just like booking it and looking really silly like all over campus. So I think that's really fun and just like cool, I think, to have a culture that like really supports like unique and like silly ideas. Sometimes like we don't always have to be serious.